G'day everyone and welcome to Retrospectreviews. I'm Vince and today I thought we'd have a look at this scrapbook I found when I was going through a few of my old belongings. This is a scrapbook I made when I was in early high school of all the favourite films that were coming out or were already released. So I just thought it might be a fun thing just to go through and check out what I thought was great upcoming films and some memorabilia that I've stashed away in this scrapbook. So come on, let's go and have a look. Right guys, let's open this up and see what movies I thought were worthy of scrapbooking. I do remember some of the stuff that's in here, so I'm not going to be too surprised, but it has been a long time, nearly 30 years, yeah, probably 30 years, since I really had a proper look at this scrapbook. Okay, let's open it up. First page. Okay, starting off, we have a flyer from Pizza Hut for Back to the Future 2. So these were to get the solar shades, only $2.95 with any pizza purchase. Now, we did occasionally eat at Pizza Hut, but I don't know why I never got the glasses. Maybe I did, I just don't remember getting them, so probably not. So we got that. This side shows a few of the glasses. Okay, so here are the tickets to Back to the Future 2. That when I went to the George Street Cinema in Sydney, when I used to live in Sydney, back in, I believe, 89, these came out. And there's just a picture of Marty McFly on the hoverboard that I cut out of some magazine. I don't know which one. But look at the ticket prices, $10.20. Believe it or not, that is when ticket prices at picture theatres in Australia started going up. But it only cost me $5.20 because I was still in high school when this movie came out. I think I was in my second year of high school, most likely, when this came out. So I believe I went with mum and dad, myself. I'm not too sure what this ticket is. It has faded, but this could be for Back to the Future 3. I know I went alone. No, I didn't go alone. I went with a few friends. I didn't go with my parents for that one. So that's pretty cool. So I've still got those tickets. A shame that one has faded. Okay, so here we have the Australian TV week from August 4th, 1990. So this would have came out, I would have been in year 9 when this came out. Now I'm assuming I kept this. We won't go through all this, but if you want me to make a video going through this in more detail, leave a comment down below and I will come back and revisit and we'll go through this TV week from 1990. I know probably most likely this had something to do with Back to the Future. Let's just have a look in the contents here. Is there anything here about Back to the Future? Goodbye. No. Okay, so I've kept this for some reason. Oh no, here we go. It does have articles about Back to the Future. This is why I would have kept it. So, yeah. So it does have some Back to the Future references. So this is talking about Back to the Future 3, which is not surprising considering it's from 1990. That's it's got a pull-out poster from Back to the Future, which I've never done. I've kept the magazine in pristine condition. Can we find the other side? Where is the other side? There we go. There's the other Back to the Future poster. Oh, can't do that. Yes, back in 1990, we still advertised cigarettes in Australia in magazines and that. I don't know if advertisement's still the same on cigarettes in other parts of the world. Okay, now, what have I... Another Pizza Hut thing I have stickied into the scrapbook on the pretty much the very first page. This is a spot the difference puzzle game. So you had to find what is different, and at the moment nothing is jumping out of... Oh yeah, look, the clock's different on this page to this page. And I'm not sure, what did you win? Grand prize: a fabulous villa holiday trip for a family to Los Angeles. Wow, surprised I didn't enter that. Okay, let's turn the page, just keep this going. Okay, I've stuck in a article from a newspaper for Future Fantastic. So it's just talking about Back to the Future 2 here. Anything else? Yeah, more. Wow, I went really out on this. I can't really show it. I'll try to slip in a better picture there. So I'll take a better picture of that later. Just articles on Back to the Future 2. Okay, Ghostbusters 2. I was really excited about Ghostbusters 2. So I'm assuming I stuck in this scrapbook all the movies I was excited about coming out around 1989, 1990. Do got to keep in mind for people who... say like in America, these movies usually came out 6 to a year before we got them in Australia. These days, that's a different thing. These days, we pretty much get movies either simultaneously to the American release, and it's usually only by a couple of hours or a day behind these days. And sometimes movies have been released in Australia recently before even the American market. But, so yeah, so here we go, Ghostbusters 2. Yeah, granted, it's not the best Ghostbusters movie. I'd say it has some slight flaws, but it's still an enjoyable movie. I still like it. I know I have a friend that was a little disappointed in Ghostbusters 2. He's not the greatest fan. He absolutely loves the first one, but he was pretty disappointed with the second one. And he was a little disappointed with the third one. Now, the third one's not a bad standalone film, or the reboot is not a bad standalone film, I should say, if you don't view it as a prequel or a sequel or involving the first two, which I don't. Now, these days I see it as a standalone Ghostbusters film, and it is a lot more enjoyable when you do that. Okay, let's turn the page. So just a couple of articles. What's this one? Rated. Oh, okay, it's just talking about the rating system. I do have the Ghostbusters 2 45 record that came out. I'm just trying to think who rapped on that. Was that Run DMC? I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to check that. Okay. Okay, so this is... I'm going to say this looks like Girlfriend magazine. Why have I... I'm just trying to remember how... I wouldn't have bought Girlfriend magazine, because Girlfriend magazine, for those who don't have Girlfriend magazine, I don't even know if it exists anymore, was basically a teen girls magazine. I got these from maybe a friend at school, high school, or somebody I knew who bought Girl magazine. I can't remember now. I just don't know why I ended up with these. But let's open them up and have a look inside. Okay, so we're talking about movies coming to video. So we've got The Big Blue, Tucker. I didn't mind Tucker. I quite liked that movie. Willow. Yeah, Willow coming to DVD. And you got to remember too, a lot of movies Didn't come to DVD. What I'm talking, didn't come to video too long after they had long been in the picture theater. It wasn't until the 90s that they like they would be at the picture theater, and then within 6 months on video. And when we moved to DVD, they were coming out nearly a month after they had been at the cinema. So, some of these movies could be 3-4 years old before they even hit the video stores here in Australia. So there was Twins. What else we're going to listen to? Me, Ghostbusters 2. These are new films. So Eric the Viking. I love Eric the Viking. One of the I went and saw it at the picture theater with my mum and dad. Hilarious movie. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. The Abyss. Never really understood The Abyss until I watched it again as an adult. Totally made sense. When Harry Met Sally. Never watched that all the way through. Only seen bits and pieces of that. Sex, Lies and Videotape. Another movie that I saw bits of when I was probably 14, 15. Never really got into it. But I did go back and watch it again later. Not a bad film, actually. So that's a film worth checking out if you haven't seen Sex, Lies and Videotape. It is on the mature side drama, so I guess if you're under a certain age, you might want to skip that one. Okay, let's see what's on this side. Once again, another girlfriend magazine. New to video. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. I believe they've just made a remake of that with female cast. What else have we got here? Accidental Tourist. Big. Loved Big when I was a kid. Short Circuit 2. Another one of those sequels which, look, it's a good enough film as a standalone. Not so great. Didn't quite live up to the first film, but not a bad film on its own if you try to take out the the love of the first film, I guess has been. The remake of The Blob coming to video. Okay, let's turn over. We've got another girlfriend cutout. Oh, this one's come loose. We've got new to film. Let's try to move this over so you can see. These pages are getting a bit brittle. The tape's gone in it. So we got Renegades. Not a bad movie. The Bear. Don't think I've seen that. Time of Destiny. Heathers. Now, Heathers is a good movie if you're looking for... I guess it's a teen drama. I don't think it would... it'd be pretty shocking today to release a film like Heathers. It does have a school violence, so I don't think that movie would be as acceptable as it was back then. People would have taken that as a bit of fiction drama than a reality. Great Balls of Fire, the biopic of Jerry Lee Lewis, the singer. Parenthood, another great film by Ron Howard. Definitely go and check that out if you haven't seen that. New to video, Dangerous Relations. Cocoon 2, another film that not as good as the first one, but still watchable, still enjoyable. Punchline, another Tom Hanks film which is interesting to watch. Baghdad Cafe. Yeah, so a couple of old movies there if you want it. The top 10 videos. The number one video in Australia at this time, which I believe was 1990, was Gorillas in the Mist. That's interesting. Fish Called Wanda, another good movie. Without a Clue, Child's Play. I remember when Child's Play came out. Never really got into Fright Night, but hey, I'm not a huge horror genre person anymore. I used to love the Nightmare on Elm Street. Here's a poster that I've cut out of something for The Abyss. This could have been from back in the day. My mother was she was a huge movie buff, and we used to go to video store warehouses, and she used to buy a lot of X rentals really cheap, especially on Betamax. We had a Betamax for a very long time, Dad actually got it from a woman won it at the local club that Dad and Mum used to go to play darts and to have dinner, just a night out, just the two of them without me and my brother messing up the evening. And yeah, a woman won the Betamax for in a raffle. She didn't want it. She wanted, she said, she had no interest in it. So Dad purchased it off her, and that's how we ended up with a Betamax, which was really our first video player. And Mum then found these warehouses where you could buy ex-rental videos from a couple of bucks each. We had stacks of them. I think Mum probably had, by the time she passed away early this year, she would have had over 300 Betamaxes. I'm still finding them in boxes and all over the place. She did move to VHS and then to DVD, and so we did have a lot. We do have and did have a lot of movies. So that's probably came out of one of the industry magazines that we used to pick up when we bought our videos. Okay, let's turn the page. So here we got some movie listings. Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. Now, I think I might have went with a friend to see that. Mum had stopped going to horror films with me. Unfortunately, Mum didn't like the sight of blood and would faint. So even screen blood would make her feel stomach turn, so she wouldn't go and see these. But I think by the time this came out, I was going to the cinemas pretty much on my own. Inside, inside's basically articles on Back to the Future 2. There's a big kind of ad for Back to the Future 2 there. Back to the Family Fun Future 3. Okay, they're talking about Back to the Future 3. So everyone's probably caught up on the trailer that was at the end of Back to the Future. And a bit more articles on Back to the Future there. Back to the Future 2, I should say. A lot of Back to the Future 2 stuff. I was really excited when that movie came out. So this is talking about the actor that plays Biff and how he's actually genuinely a nice guy. I have seen a lot of interviews and articles about the actor, which is slipping my mind with his name. What was his name again? So there's a lot of articles about Thomas F. Wilson. He's a really nice guy. He's a really good actor too. I have seen him in other films, and I find him quite good, especially in more modern movies. I've seen him in a few modern movies, and it's like, wow, you are a really good actor. So another competition for Back to the Future. What do you win? You've seen prototypes of mind-blowing, fantastic products from JVC and Black & Decker. To celebrate the movie's launch, here's your chance to win some of the world's latest and greatest products. So you can win a JVC video player. That's pretty cool. Okay, so now this is from December 5th, 1989. This is the Women's Day, so this is probably from mums or my grandmothers. So they're talking about Honey, I Shrunk the Kid, and the cartoon of Roger Rabbit. What's under here? A little article on The Abyss. What's this? Oh, this one here. They're talking about Star Trek V, The Final Frontier. Saw that in the picture theatre. That was quite exciting. What's this one? Oliver and Company. I don't remember. I don't see that. I might have been at that stage. I wasn't really watching those kind of movies. Honey, I Shrunk the Kid again. I think I was more interested in this one because it was about shrinkage, and I loved all that science stuff, things that seemed impossible. Okay, let's try turning the page here. Okay, so what do we got here? We got a advertisement for Uncle Buck, one of John Candy's funniest films. I must admit, I am more partial to planes, trains, and automobiles. That I find that hilarious. But I did thoroughly enjoy Uncle Buck. A little ad here for Back to the Future 2, and a badge for Nightmare on Elm Street 4. I don't know where I got this. I don't know if that was a movie picture that was from the picture theaters, or that came with Nightmare on Elm Street 4 at the video store. Might have been at the warehouse they gave me that. And there's an article I photocopied talking about Back to the Future 3. Not very... I don't know why I just photocopied that. There's nothing really talking about it much. Just saying that it's been 10 years since Michael J... No, it couldn't have been 10 years. Oh, it's just talking about it's been a busy 10 years for Robert Zemeckis. Okay, this is probably the original article talking to Michael J. Fox about doing nothing in a pastime Michael J. Fox knows little about. Doing nothing is a pastime Michael J. Fox knows little about. Okay, so they're talking about how, like, he used to work pretty hard, Michael J. Fox, and he filmed Back to the Future back to back while filming Family Ties. Now he's done, besides other movies he was doing, he's done back-to-back films for, like Back to the Future 2 and 3 was filmed back-to-back. So yeah, by the time this article came out, he would have been extremely busy. And I think this is about the time, I think Back to the Future 2 or 3 was when he started noticing having a few motor issues with, before he found out of his disease or his illness. So this would have been before it was fully known, even to himself. So more articles on Back to the Future. I think in this article he does talk about how Robert Zemeckis asked him once, like, if he could time travel, where would he like to go, and that's how the third film kind of was pushed towards the Wild West. I think a lot of people on the cast and crew were expressed how they would travel back to that time. Okay, another article on Back to the Future 2. I'm not sure what that's from. Must have been the little TV magazine that came with the Sunday Telegraph paper. Okay, so we've got more back. So this is from the Sunday Telegraph TV extra that was on the other page. So this is behind the scenes of Back to the Future 2 and 3. Pretty cool. Alright, it's getting heavy here. Oh wow. Here is this is the back of the scrapbook. So here is a great number of flyers and God knows what else. So here we got in this pouch. Got a cassette. It doesn't actually have the tape in it. I don't know what happened to the tape. I don't know if the soundtrack wasn't in there. I found it. I'm not sure, but this is the Back to the Future tape cover. Yeah, so we've got Back to the Future 2 soundtrack cover. It's in nearly mint condition. I'm ashamed that I don't have the actual cassette. So it's the original casing. It's got the little logo there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So on this soundtrack, there was the main title, the Future, Hoverboard Chase, A Flying DeLorean, My Father, Alternate 1985, If They Ever Did, Paradox, The Book, Tunnel Chase, Burn the Book, Western Union, and Title. So it was only none of the... I don't remember if Back to the Future 2 had any original songs in it. I think it was all scored. So I don't know, I'll have to check that. But that's all you get on the soundtrack to Back to the Future 2 was the scored soundtrack. So we'll just stick that over there. Okay, inside here as well we have... I do remember getting a stack of these. Now these, as you can see, I've got a fair few of these. These were given out at the picture theatre when Back to the Future 3 was playing. And inside was a little blurb about what Back to the Future 3 was all about. And you got a mini poster. I don't know why I grabbed so many. Maybe, yeah, like I said, I was scrapbooking stuff, and I guess I wanted extras just in case I wanted to cut something out. So I've got about half a dozen, maybe more there, of those. Okay, so we've got some more flyers here. What do we got here? Okay, so this flyer is just a cutout advertising Back to the Future 3 at the village. It's showing the Dick Tracy was coming out, Pretty Woman, different locations, and the Little Mermaid, believe it or not. Yeah, okay, so we got that, and in here, okay, so we got just another bit of advertisement for Back to the Future 3, and starts Thursday. So this was June 25th, 1999. This came out. So yeah, you can see where to see it. A bit of an article on back no more after Future 3, says Spielberg. So talking about Steven Spielberg said 3 would be the last Back to the Future. Got that. Just another cutout for Greater Union Cinema with Back to the Future 3, Little Mermaid, Dick Tracy. This is just another flyer for Back to the Future 3, little cutout of the newspaper. Okay, we've got a competition here. Win a Toyota Hilux, which is like a ute or a truck, I guess. So you just had the Back to the Future 3, I'm not sure. Simply attach the Greater Union Back to the Future Part 3 ticket stub to enter this form. So if you want to have a chance to win that, you just have to add that to it. And here we got a June 90th, the Repair for the Future. So I don't know what Back to the Future that was. Oh, this is Back to the Future 2. That was. Okay, another bit of advertisement for Back to the Future Part 2. Talking about parenthood on the back. I think this one had Star Trek. Yeah, Star Trek 5 on the back, The Final Frontier. And then talking about how William Shatner was directed his debut as a director for Star Trek The Final Frontier number 5. Because I think Leonard Nimoy directed 3 and 4. Okay, so in here we have, for some reason, just the cover of Commodore from 1986. Commodore Laser from 1996. It's a shame I've lost the rest of it. This is, yeah, so what was on? Oh, okay, this just had a big flyer of Back to the Future, the computer game. Cool. Right, yeah. And so what do we got here? I'm not sure what this was about. We've got Dick Tracy on this side. And yeah, that's about it. Oh, Vibes. That is a good movie. I love Vibes. Doesn't get a lot of love, I don't think. But yeah, if you go and check out Vibes. It's one of my favourite movies. It's got Cyndi Lauper, Jeff Goldblum, and Peter Funk in it. Excellent movie. If you can get a hold of it, watch it. It's enjoyable. It's funny. It's got a bit of supernatural kind of elements in it, but it is one of my favourite childhood movies. Okay, so we've got another magazine here. This is Movie magazine from July 1990. It's got Dick Tracy on the front. And I'm imagining Love You to Death. That is a good movie. Die Hard 2. Yeah, once again, if you want me to go through this a little bit more in detail, this magazine, leave a comment down below and I'll make a separate video on that one. And here we got some more articles on Michael J. Fox. I think this is just a TV guide in here. Yeah, it's just a TV guide. And lastly, what do we got on here? Talking about Back to the Future 2 again by Bill Collins. Sadly, Bill Collins only passed away this year, about a month ago or so. He used to be a film critic. He used to have his own show on different networks where he would introduce one of his favourite movies and picks. And sadly, he passed away earlier this year. I was just talking about Back to the Future 2. And on the last page here, we just got another sticky thing here on Back to the Future. A couple of blurbs about Back to the Future 2, Back to the Future, yeah. So that's everything that was in this scrapbook of mine. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video and looking through this scrapbook that I made 30 years ago today. Really fun seeing some of the stuff from Back to the Future 2 and 3, the ticket stubs, and some of the other great films that were coming out on video and on at the picture theatre. So in the comments down below, let me know if you want to see me go through those 2 magazines I found inside this scrapbook. Also, let me know what your favourite film was from back in '89 and 1990. So don't forget to like and share this video, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell because it lets you know when I upload a new video. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye! I'm assuming